Hi, welcome to another video of Learning SQL. Today's lesson, we will start learning SQL with PostgreSQL, beginning with the most important command, the select statement. Let's familiarize ourselves with the syntax of the select statement. The syntax is select, then column names, and then from, then table names. It says that select column names from table names. The column names is basically the list of columns in the table specified here. Let's see an example. Select first name from customer. Now it should give us the first name from the customer table. Now we can see the first name of the customers. And if we want to view multiple columns, we can just add more columns in this statement, such as let's add last name and email. Now we can see the first name, last name and email of the customer. We can also view all the information of a customer as well by executing select star instead of specifying the column names from customer. This will select all the columns available in the customer table. So we can see that there are more columns that is available in our customer table. The star indicates that it returns all columns. Now consider we are asked to get the full name and email address of each customer. For example, the output should look like this. I'll just write it here. Let's say the full name is Jane Doe and the email address is Jane example.com. So the output should look like this. But the database stores the first name and last name differently, and we can see it here. So how can we combine these two columns to get the full name? We can do this by using the string concatenation operator. That's written like this. Two pipe symbols. Let's try it out. Let's select all of these and clean. Now we will select the first name concatenated with the last name and email address from the customer. First name, then we will use the concatenation operator, then last name. Now we will select the email column. From customer table. Now it should give us the first name and last name in one single column instead of two, and the email address in a different column. So let's execute it. See, we have the first name and last name in one single column, but can you see that there's no space between the first name and last name? So let's fix that. We can do this by adding an space between first name and last name. Let's do this by giving the space between them. So we need to concatenate this with this last name as well, otherwise the last name won't be shown. Let's execute it. So now you can see that the last name is not showing anymore. So let's fix that as well. Now it should show the first name and last name as a full name properly and the email address. So now it's shown properly. But there's one small issue. The email column still looks fine, but the full name column doesn't have a proper label. We can see that it's written column, so it can be anything. Let's fix that, and we can do that by using aliases. That will just rename the column names in our output here. So let's rename this as full name, as full name, and the email as email address. The S command here is actually optional. You can use it or you can omit it. That's okay. It will give the same result. But did you notice that I am using single quotation to add string, but I'm using double quotation to specify the column names? Because whenever there's a space in the column name, you need to provide it inside double quotation. Otherwise, it will just consider it as a new column name. So that will throw an error. So let's run this. Now we can see that the column name is written as full name for the full name column and email address for the email column. So today we have learned how to query data with select, combine columns, and rename them using aliases. In the next video, we will learn how to get unique results using distinct. That's going to be very useful when working with real databases. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. See you in the next one.